I recall seeing it come back. We had approve, disapprove. There was an E for Ehrlichman by approve, and underneath that he had written in his own handwriting, if done under your assurance that it will not be traceable. And that was our written authority to go out and conduct that covert operation. In order to alter my appearance, I was provided with a pair of German-manufactured glasses. You'll see that they appear to have Coke bottle bottom lenses and would give any viewer of someone wearing these the idea that I was just this side of total blindness. I stumbling along like a cripple, Howard Hunt babbling along like this, all courtesy of the Central Intelligence Agency.
We were looking all and searching all over, and we could not find anything with the name of Ellsberg. And we took a photograph of some cabinets that we broke in, just as a proof that we were there and we were doing our job. That was all.
Back in Washington, Krogh saw the photographs and realized that the Ellsberg operation was more than he had bargained for.
It looked to me as if this had been a major, major mistake.
It mainlined right back to the president.
Liddy was in the office, and I said something as an aside that wouldn't it be good if we could get rid of Jack Anderson?
Gordon Liddy emerged from the office. He brushed by me and he said, Jeb just told me to take care of Jack Anderson.
He said, what's that? I said, I am to kill Jack Anderson. I am on my way to kill Jack Anderson. He said, oh my God. He took off like a deer, running down the hall.
I then went into Magruder's office and I said, Jeb, did you just tell him to rub out Jack Anderson?
He came back in and I said, Gordon, I was just talking off the cuff. I wasn't serious. And Liddy looked at me with that stern, sort of macho look, and he said, never give me an order for a hit job that you don't mean, because I'll do it.
Liddy was impatient to get on with his intelligence operation.
All out, full offensive and defensive capability political intelligence operation. You're talking about one hell of a lot of money, first of all. And he said, how about $500,000 for openers? And I said, well, you're in the ballpark there.
Liddy presented his plan, codenamed Gemstone.
Gordon had with him these very expensive, well-done charts. I think there were 7 of them. Each had different code names, and each one described some type of activity that would, in a sense, harass the Democrats.
Each different kind of operation was given the name of a precious jewel. We had so many operations, we quickly ran out of precious jewels. We went into semi-precious jewels, and by the time we were finished, we were down to coal and brick.
He said, clearly one of the major problems of this campaign is going to be the problem of demonstrations. And he said, I think, General, as he told John Mitchell, we have a good solution to that. I have retained the services of some really tough men. What I can do is direct these men to kidnap campaign leaders, drug them, and take them below the Mexican border and put them out of commission.
Mr. Mitchell said, well, where do you get people like that? And I said, it's my understanding they're from organized crime. And he said, well, what is that going to cost us?
I think for Mitchell, Dean, and I, it was rather ludicrous. I mean, here we were, in a sense, sitting in the Attorney General of the United States office, and here's Gordon Liddy talking about some of the more bizarre plans.
He said, I've made some preliminary arrangements to get a Chinese motifed houseboat that I can park on one of the canals down near the convention center in Miami. And it will have two-way cameras in this Chinese motifed houseboat, and I'll use prostitutes to go out and seduce into the houseboat high campaign officials.
They were to linger about and attract the attention of mid-range Democratic staffers who would try to impress them with how important they were by saying, oh, watch tomorrow, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. We would get all of that.
And I said, Gordon, you've got to be kidding. And he really was very offended by my interruption. And taking that offense, he said, I want to assure the General these are the finest girls from Baltimore. I just said, gentlemen, I just don't think that the things that are being discussed here ought to be discussed in the office of the Attorney General of the United States.
Dean ran away, got in an elevator, and took off. He did not want me to start building him a new ass the way I did the last time. But I had Magruder, and I really ripped into Magruder saying, you know, what's going on here?
To me, it was a throwaway project. You know, give Liddy the $250,000 and let's get him off our back and satisfy the White House.
I took the decision, a dangerous gamble and risk, something I had told people I wouldn't do, and I recruited Mr. James McCord, who was the security chief of the committee to re-elect the president. Mr. Magruder said, listen, Gordon, this is what I want. I want what Larry O'Brien has right here. And he struck his bottom desk drawer, which is where we kept what we had on the Democrat. I want everything photographed. And I said to myself, my Lord, what was supposed to be now a quick 5-minute in-and-out repair mission is a multi-hour photo recon mission.
Go for the second operation, they told me to get up, I don't know, a 50 roll of film. So I multiplied 50 for 36, and I said, Jesus Christ, these people want a lot of pictures, you know.
You know, I felt like refusing, saying, no, this is far enough. You go. But then I figured, you know, I was older, I was getting older, I wasn't a young kid anymore, and my personal feeling was these people don't think I'm scared, you know.
We were in contact by transceiver with our men inside the Watergate and also with the lookout, Mr. Baldwin, across the street.
Now the reception area to the Democratic headquarters lights up, the actual reception room, which I can see directly across from where I'm standing. And I know 3 individuals come into the reception area. Base to Unit 1. Are any of our guys dressed casually or are they in suits?
1 to 3, negative. All our people are in business suits. Why?
Well, we've got a problem.
Shit. 1 to 2, are you reading this? Come in.
3 plainclothes policemen discovered the break-in team crouched under some desks and ordered them to come out with their hands up. The break-in was over. But for President Nixon, Watergate had barely begun.
Most foolish, useless political caper of all time, because what reason would anybody want to go, if you're going to do any bugging, you're going to bug the Democratic National Headquarters?